Did you know that the liver in your upper right abdomen is one of very few organs on Earth that can grow back to full size even after losing 3/4 of its own flesh? That little scientific miracle leads many seniors to believe the liver is almost indestructible. Sadly, that belief often delays medical help until permanent scarring, called cirrhosis, has already set in. Most liver troubles do not start with dramatic pain. Instead, the organ whispers through odd changes you might blame on just getting older. In the next 2,100 words, let's walk through 6 of the strangest, most overlooked signals your body may send when the liver is waving its first quiet flag for help. You probably expect pain to be the #1 warning. Yet the very first sign on our list is persistent fatigue, an exhaustion so heavy it feels like wet wool is draped over your shoulders the moment you crawl out of bed. Seniors often brush it off by saying, "I'm not 20 anymore," but liver-linked fatigue has a special texture. When a healthy liver filters blood, ammonia, spent hormones, and drugs are swiftly broken down. A struggling liver lets more of those metabolic exhaust fumes linger in the bloodstream. So every cell in your muscles works overtime just to perform basic tasks. Picture a factory forced to run on dirty fuel that clogs the pipes. The machinery rattles and slows even if the workers, your heart and lungs, try their best. Many older adults pour an extra cup of coffee, hoping caffeine will chase the fog away. Yet the tiredness remains like a weight in the bones. If you routinely wake up feeling unrefreshed after 7 or 8 solid hours of sleep, jot that symptom down in a small notebook. Patterns measured over days tell doctors far more than a single office visit can. Alongside that bone-deep fatigue, another signal may creep over your skin, and it's so maddening it keeps you awake at night, even though no visible rash or insect bite appears. Medical books call it pruritus, but patients usually describe it as ants on the skin or pins and needles that move around. Here's what happens inside. When the liver or nearby bile ducts become inflamed, bile acids can leak from the gut into the bloodstream. They circulate until tiny nerve endings in the skin react, producing an itch local creams cannot calm. You can slather lotion on the area, pop antihistamines, or sip beneath a cool fan. Yet the crawling returns once the pill wears off. Seniors sometimes scratch until lines or scabs mark the backs of their legs or forearms, still assuming dry winter air is to blame. If moisturizers fail to help after 2 weeks, ask your physician for a simple liver function test. A handful of inexpensive lab numbers, ALT, AST, alkaline phosphatase, bilirubin, often solves a weeks-long mystery in a single day. The third hidden warning is more visible but easy to dismiss as a cosmetic nuisance. Tiny, bright red clusters of blood vessels that fan outward like miniature spiders. Doctors name them spider angiomas. They generally settle on sun-exposed skin above the waist, nose, cheeks, neck, chest, and arms, and measure no more than a 1/4 inch across. Why do they appear? One of the liver's quieter jobs is to break down extra estrogen circulating in both men and women. When liver cells are damaged, estrogen lingers. Excess estrogen tells small surface blood vessels to dilate and multiply, forming that spider web pattern. Many seniors chalk the spots up to aging skin or long-forgotten childhood sunburns. Dermatologists can zap them with lasers, but unless the deeper hormone imbalance is addressed, new webs pop up within months. A personal count of how many you have, especially any sudden increase, acts as a low-cost alarm bell between doctor visits. Put simply, your bathroom mirror can become a free monthly liver health screen. Signal number 4 hides in the most private place, the toilet bowl. Pale, clay-colored stools, or dark, tea-colored urine are textbook signs that bile flow is blocked or reduced. Bile, a thick greenish fluid made inside liver cells, imparts the classic brown shade to normal stool. When bile ducts are clogged by gallstones, inflammation, or narrowing scar tissue, far less bile reaches the intestine. Stool then loses color, often floats, and may carry an oily sheen because fats are no longer broken down efficiently. At the same time, bilirubin, a yellow pigment produced when red blood cells break down, builds in the blood, stains the skin yellow jaundice, and passes into urine, turning it dark. Seniors sometimes notice lighter stool for a day following diarrhea and ignore it. The key is persistence. If that pale color repeats 3 bowel movements in a row, the liver is waving a new banner that will not fold itself away. Likewise, any urine darker than amber first thing in the morning, even after you've been drinking adequate water, warrants a call to the clinic. Think of these color changes as your body's literal traffic lights. Red means stop, watch, and investigate. Abdominal swelling, known medically as ascites, is our fifth warning. Many grandparents blame a suddenly snug waistband on holiday sweets. Yet ascites is not typical belly fat. When liver tissue stiffens, pressure rises inside the portal vein, an enormous vessel that brings blood from the intestines to the liver. Like water seeping through a cracked dam, yellowish fluid leaks from blood vessels and slowly fills the free space around gut loops. You might first notice that trousers feel tight while the rest of your body stays the same size. Shoes then become harder to put on because excess fluid drips downward and gathers in the ankles through gravity. Unlike garden variety weight gain, this swelling leaves a clear dent if you press a finger against the shin for 5 seconds. The medical phrase for that dent is pitting edema. Ascites can appear over weeks or, in advanced cases, inflate suddenly to create a tense, drum-like abdomen that pushes on the diaphragm, making it harder to breathe. Unfortunately, seniors often treat this pressure with over-the-counter gas tablets or indigestion syrups while the fluid silently accumulates. If your waist grows by 2 inches in a month or you wake overnight short breath when lying flat, schedule an ultrasound promptly. It will distinguish gas from fluid in less than 15 minutes. The sixth hidden signal connects aching knuckles to a busy liver. Joint pain, stiffness, or swelling in the small joints of the hands and feet can develop when abnormal immune complex is triggered by liver inflammation collect inside joint capsules. The type of discomfort can mimic age-related osteoarthritis, so people assume it is just wear and tear. Yet ordinary arthritis worsens with movement and eases at rest, whereas liver-linked pain can throb even when you sit still. In autoimmune hepatitis, for instance, the immune system mistakes healthy liver cells for invaders, releasing antibodies that circulate widely. They lodge in the carpet-like tissue around tendons and joints, lighting small fires that painkillers barely smother. I once met a 70-year-old retired carpenter who felt stabbing pains when he tried to grip a coffee mug each morning. Physical therapy provided limited relief, but blood work later showed sky-high liver enzymes. When doctors treated his underlying autoimmune hepatitis with targeted medicines and lifestyle changes, the joint pain melted away within 2 months. The lesson is simple. When standard arthritis treatments stall, add a liver panel to the investigative list. By this point, you can see a pattern. Fatigue, itch, skin webs, stool and urine color shifts, belly swelling, and stubborn joint pain are each easy to shrug off. Most of us, especially after 60, juggle multiple long-term conditions, blood pressure tablets, cholesterol pills, an aching knee, perhaps mild diabetes. The brain is wired to pick the most likely explanation. I walked too far yesterday. Air in winter dries the skin. I probably ate something funny. The liver counts on precisely that human habit to keep its problems invisible. Your job, now that you recognize the 6 warnings, is to pull them into the light early. Here are 4 effortless habits that help catch patterns before they merge into a crisis. First, keep a tiny health diary beside your bedside lamp. Each morning, rate your energy from 1 to 10. Jot down whether you itched overnight, note stool color, and record any ankle puffiness. This takes under 2 minutes, yet builds a living graph doctors can scan quickly. Many seniors think memory alone is enough, but fatigue and itch themselves cloud recall. The written word never lies. Second, schedule routine liver function tests twice a year. These blood draws cost less than a family dinner out, yet reveal early enzyme spikes long before ultrasound can see a scar. If your budget is tight, watch for community outreach camps. Public hospitals often run free screening events around World Hepatitis Day in July or during senior health weeks. Third, treat food and drink as your liver's work orders. Alcohol may be obvious, but sugar is the stealthier saboteur. Excess fructose in soft drinks or biscuits converts directly to fat inside liver cells, building fatty liver, a silent storehouse of trouble that now rivals alcohol as a leading cause of cirrhosis worldwide. Replace evening pastries with a crisp apple. Its pectin traps toxins and escorts them to the toilet. Season meals with turmeric and black pepper. Curcumin and turmeric calms liver inflammation, while pepperine and black pepper boost curcumin absorption 20-fold. Fourth, move. Gentle movement acts like a pump. For seniors with knee pain, chair-based exercises work wonders. Slow marching in place while seated or lifting light water bottles like dumbbells. The aim is to raise heart rate for 15 to 20 minutes, sending freshly oxygenated blood to the liver's filter beds. One delightful side effect is improved mood. Exercise sparks endorphins that brighten days even in the face of chronic illness. Now, you may ask, why does the liver become more vulnerable with age even if you never drank heavily? Blood flow to the organ drops by up to 40% after 60, limiting oxygen and nutrients. At the same time, decades of medications, from simple acetaminophen to blood thinners, leave molecular debris behind, challenging detox pathways. Combine lower circulation with higher workload and cellular stress climbs. The good news, your liver still retains its legendary ability to regrow if you lighten the load. In Cambridge University studies, seniors who trimmed processed sugar walked daily and replaced evening alcohol with herbal tea cut liver fat levels by over 10% within 8 weeks, a repair visible on MRI scans. Real-life stories hammered the point home. Mrs. Lakshmi Das, age 72, loved spicy pickles and believed a small peg of rum each night kept her joints warm. She shrugged off nightly itch and spider-like cheek veins as heat in the body. Her daughter, a nurse, convinced her to attend a free clinic where blood work showed bilirubin double the normal range. An ultrasound spotted tiny gallstones blocking bile flow. A 30-minute keyhole surgery cleared the ducts, and Mrs. Das now peppers her meals with liver-friendly fenugreek leaves instead of fiery pickle oil. She still laughs at neighborhood card games, minus the rum, because energy returned once bile flowed freely again. Stress, surprisingly, turns out to be another shadowy enemy. Chronic worry raises cortisol, which directs blood away from digestion toward large fight-or-flight muscles, leaving the liver underserved. High cortisol also spikes blood sugar, adding more work to detox pathways. A simple 10-minute breathing practice. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 2, exhale for 6, slows the stress cascade. Seniors who practice before bedtime report deeper sleep, and deeper sleep is a time slot in which liver cells double their repair work. Household chemicals matter too. Cleaning sprays, paint thinners, and strong mosquito coils all evaporate solvents into indoor air. Your lungs inhale them, and the liver must dismantle every molecule. Switching to vinegar-based cleansers and opening windows, while painting reduces solvent intake better than any expensive supplement. Even aromatic candles release chemicals called VOCs. Use them sparingly and burn for short periods in well-ventilated rooms. One clever habit many seniors in coastal Kerala use is the right side rest. Lying on your right side for 20 minutes after lunch lets gravity guide bile out of the liver's right lobe more easily, reducing pressure in bile ducts. Follow it with a gentle 10-minute stroll to help intestines move. Such micro-practices cost nothing, yet build daily protection. The 7th warning is unexplained bruising or slow clotting. A healthy liver makes most of the proteins that seal a cut within minutes. When those factories slow, even a light bump against the kitchen counter paints a blue-purple patch across the skin. Have you noticed fingertip pricks that keep oozing during a blood sugar check? Do your gums bleed each time you brush, even with a soft bristle? Seniors often blame thin blood from aspirin, yet underproduced clotting factors are the real culprits. Picture a construction crew missing half its workers. The building scaffold, your clot, goes up in slow motion. If bruises bloom across your arms, thighs, or shins with no clear cause, circle each one on the calendar and write how long it takes to fade. A bruise that sticks around longer than 2 weeks or gums that drip bright red drops twice a day are polite, but firm requests for a liver enzyme and coagulation panel. Early detection allows a doctor to prescribe vitamin K, review medications, and correct imbalance before severe internal bleed has a chance to start. Swelling in the legs and feet is the 8th signal. Medical staff call it peripheral edema. Grandparents call it, "my shoes feel tight." While ascites fills the belly with fluid, low albumin levels let water leak downward under gravity and pool in the lower limbs. Here is a simple home test. Press your index finger against the front of your shin for 5 seconds, then lift it. If a dent remains like an impression in memory foam, peripheral edema is present. Many seniors double their dose of diuretic pills or drink less water in response. That fixes nothing. Albumin is a protein made mainly by the liver. It keeps fluid inside blood vessels, the way walls keep water inside a garden hose. When the liver falters, albumin levels fall, hoses leak, and ankles puff. The solution is twofold. Treat the underlying liver stress and rebuild protein stores with nutritious food, boiled eggs, lentil soup, cottage cheese, while physician adjusts medication. Feet up rest, gentle ankle pumps, and compression socks add comfort, but they are sailors patching a leak into the hull. The liver gets a full repair. The ninth sign hides in conversation. Chronic bad breath that no mouthwash can mask. Doctors call it fetor hepaticus, but family members may describe it as a sweet, musty odor, almost like raw fish or damp hay. The source is dimethyl sulfide, a sulfur compound that the liver normally neutralizes. When detox charts back up, tiny sulfur molecules escape into lungs and tag, along with every exhale. Grandchildren might wrinkle their noses. Spouses may place extra mints on a nightstand. The quickest test is simple. Lick your wrist, let it dry for 10 seconds, then sniff. If you smell a metallic or rotten aroma, even after brushing, look beyond the toothbrush. Ask for a liver panel and at least one imaging study. Why imaging? Because large silent vascular shunts inside the liver sometimes allow toxins to bypass cleanup stations, causing breath odor even when enzyme levels sit only slightly above normal. Early map making inside the organ helps doctors choose medication, shunt closure, or lifestyle therapy before confusion or coma sets in. Rapid weight gain or loss sits 10th on our list. Friends praise quick slimming as discipline, or shrug off sudden kilos as water weight. In truth, both extremes can mask liver drama. Excess calories, especially from sugary snacks or sweet tea, turn into triglycerides and lodge in liver cells, causing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Weeks later, the scale jumps, waistbands bite, and fatigue deepens. Yet in other seniors, advancing cirrhosis dulls appetite, slows digestion, and burns muscle to feed daily energy needs. The scale plunges even though meals remain unchanged. Keep a weekly log of weight, plus a monthly tape measurement around the navel. A 10% change up or down in 6 months warrants immediate blood tests and an ultrasound. No fad diet or appetite tonic should begin until the liver's condition is crystal clear. Catching fatty infiltration early can reverse it with modest calorie trimming, fractal walking sessions, and sugar swaps. Preventing cachexia, the wasting seen in late disease, requires quick nutritional support and targeted therapy. Bronze-tinted skin folds form the 11th signal. Look at the underside of your arms, the creases of your neck, and the patch beneath your lower lip. If those areas appear dark or almost sun-baked, yet you have spent little time outdoors, suspect iron overload, officially called hemochromatosis. In this genetic or acquired condition, the gut absorbs iron beyond normal needs, and the liver stores the excess like a jam-packed warehouse. Rust never sleeps. Iron creates free radicals that nibble at cell walls until scar tissue forms. Seniors may buy lightening creams, but no topical lotion can erase oxidative rust from within. A simple ferritin blood test and a transferrin saturation value expose hidden overload. Treatment is surprisingly low-tech. Control blood donations, phlebotomy. Remove iron safely, usually every 2 to 4 weeks at first, then every few months for maintenance. Think of it as an oil chain for iron. The earlier your mechanic, the doctor, starts the service, the longer your engine purrs without knocks or stalls. The 12th and most alarming signal lives inside the mind. Confusion, forgetfulness, or sudden personality changes, especially after a high-protein meal or a bout of constipation. When the liver fails to filter ammonia, a byproduct of protein digestion, those molecules cross the blood-brain barrier and irritate nerve cells. The condition is hepatic encephalopathy. Early stages feel like walking through fog. Seniors misplace keys, repeat stories, or forget familiar routes. Relatives may whisper about dementia, yet the timeline is wrong. Symptoms worsen and improve in days rather than years. Later stages include hand-flapping tremors, drowsiness, and finally coma if left untreated. Timing is critical. Immediate medical care can empty trapped ammonia with medications such as lactulose or rifaximin, correct gut bacteria, adjust protein intake, and stabilize electrolytes. Families should memorize 2 emergency signs: hysterexis, the flutter of outstretched hands, and new disorientation. Either one means call the doctor now, not tomorrow. Knowing the 12 quiet warning signs of liver stress is helpful, yet tissue heals only when you turn knowledge into steady action. A 3-tier senior-friendly liver revival plan spreads at action across daily habits, weekly checkpoints, and quarterly reviews, letting progress grow without overcrowding your calendar. Tier 1 Daily Care. At dawn, drink warm water with half a lemon to nudge bile flow, then do 5 minutes of shoulder rolls and seated marching. Breakfast. Oatmeal with walnuts and blueberries. Oats bring beta-glucan, nuts supply omega-3 fats, and berries add protective pigments. Follow the rainbow half-plate rule at lunch. Colorful vegetables on one side, a palm of lean protein, and a fist of whole grains or sweet potato on the other. Season dishes with turmeric and a pinch of black pepper. Sip cucumber mint water or unsweetened hibiscus tea through the afternoon. Up to 3 cups of black. Filtered coffee a day have been linked to lower enzyme levels and reduce cancer risk. So enjoy guilt-free. Just skip sugar and cream. Eat dinner at least 2 hours before bed. Vegetable soup with lentils or baked tofu and steamed broccoli. Finish with 10 rounds of 4-7-8 breathing to deepen sleep. Tier 2 Weekly Awareness. Every Sunday run a liver audit. Record weight, waist, ankle swelling, energy, itch, clarity, appetite, and any new bruises or skin darkening. Flag medicines that strain the liver and call the pharmacist on Monday if a dose seems heavy. Batch shred cabbage, carrots, and herbs for easy raw fiber. Schedule 3 30-minute walks or gentle yoga sessions with a friend. Exercise with company also provides accountability, and the laughter you share naturally drops cortisol, giving bile an easier flow. End the week with a digital detox night. Switch off screens after dinner and enjoy board games, stories, or calm music. Tier 3 Quarterly Steering. Every 3 months, request a basic liver panel and full blood count, and bring your diary so patterns leap off the page. If enzymes climb or platelets fall, ask for a painless fibroscan. If fatty liver was seen earlier, repeat an ultrasound because direction matters more than a single snapshot. Confirm hepatitis A and B vaccinations. Review alcohol using the HALT rule. Never drink when hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, and discuss ferritin or an occasional blood donation if skin bronzes or joints ache from iron overload. Bring your questions in writing. Clear communication helps the doctor adjust treatment early rather than late. 7-day kickstart. Day 1 swap soda for lemon ginger water. Day 2 walk 15 minutes after lunch. Day 3 add steamed greens at dinner. Day 4 practice 4-7-8 breathing twice. Day 5 read every medicine label for liver warnings. Day 6 enjoy black coffee and skip dessert. Day 7 repeat your audit and book tests if needed. Celebrate small wins. Faster healing bruises, slimmer ankles, sharper thinking. Because each tiny step strengthens your liver's ability to filter toxins and balance hormones. Share these tips at senior clubs, prayer meetings, and family dinners. One friendly chat could spare someone an unwanted hospital stay.